everyone, thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to log on and let y'all know how I've been doing. So I am on day 12 of taking fluoxetine, and I wasn't really feeling anything at first with the 10 milligrams. I felt maybe a little something here and there, but I was only doing the 10 milligrams for 10 days. And so I've been doing the 20 milligrams. I'm probably like on my third day of 20 milligrams. And that's when I started to feel some stuff. Um, so there was one night where I had trouble sleeping, and I had a similar thing happen when I was taking, because I took, what is it called? Lexapro for a little bit too. And again, you have to watch previous video to find out about that story, but um, yeah. And so when I switched to Prozac, basically, I was expecting to feel something like this. So the other night, maybe like 4 nights ago, it was like the second day that I took the 20 milligrams. First day, I didn't feel much. Second day, I went to bed and I just felt like so much anxiety, and, my heart was beating and racing. And I just felt this like kind of crawling out of your skin anxiousness, and so it didn't happen until I laid down. Like I was okay until I laid down. And so most of the night I was just kind of awake and feeling super anxious. But that was only that one night, and it happened the same way when I was taking Lexapro too. There was one night in particular where I just was like anxious, and then the night after that, I did feel like another wave of it, and I was like, stop it, because from what I've read, fluoxetine has an activating effect, which could make, it has some, I forgot what it is, but it has something to do with all like the different hormones, or it activates a certain hormone that makes your sympathetic nervous system take over, I think. And so I haven't felt that type of anxiety since then. That was only really like that night, one night. And then the next night I did feel like a wave of it come real quick and then leave. But since then, I've been fine. I have noticed, like, because I've explained in my previous video that I have esophageal motility disorder, that I'm still trying to, work with. It's gotten a lot better over time. But so I have trouble sometimes swallowing certain foods like pastas and things, and breads sometimes get stuck in my throat, or it just takes them longer to go down, and it's very anxiety inducing. And I've noticed that now that I've started taking the 20 milligrams, I have to make sure I eat, even if you don't feel like it, because, for me, it's kind of taken my appetite away, but I already have issues with eating as it is. The way I see it, I kind of have an eating disorder because of the way that I eat, and sometimes I can't eat and all of that stuff. Not by my own choice, but anyway. And so I find if I don't eat, or if I'm not able to get enough to eat, I feel faint. Like I can feel it in my head, like with the medication. Like I can just feel that I'm like, ugh, like it hits you more. I have tested out drinking recently at a birthday party that I went to. I did drink, had a couple of drinks, and I didn't feel anything the first night. So there were two things going on. Had a birthday party one night, and then I had a banquet at my work the next night. So I drank both of those nights. Because the first night I drank and I was like, I'm cool. Woke up, no hangover, nothing like that. The second night I woke up and I did have like a headache and stuff, because this medication can make you dehydrated. So you have to make sure you're really, really hydrated if you're going to be drinking. And it affects everybody different. I'm not advocating for anybody to go drink. Okay, so don't go be telling people that I told you to drink while on this medication, but I'm just telling you my experience. So I drank, and I the second night in a row, I did feel it. So I think the way I see it is like, I have to limit my alcohol. Like, you might be able to get away with one, night of like partying or something like that. But if you do it 2 or 3 nights in a row, you're going to feel it like a lot, and for me, I didn't find that it made me feel more drunk. Some people say it makes you, like, you have one drink and it hits you, triple or whatever. And it didn't do that for me. And it might be because I already had a tolerance built up with alcohol. So it didn't really feel that particular way for me. I just felt like, if anything, I didn't feel as drunk as I feel like I should have felt, which is weird. You know what I mean? Like, so it's almost the opposite effect for me. Um, but yeah, I've noticed my head. I'm getting headaches, like tension, kind of like just you know, your head feels big, you know. And if I go under like any amount of hydration or food intake, I feel it in my head. So I don't know if that's going to be a lasting side effect or not. I really hope not. Um, and then when it comes to libido, a lot of people say, oh, it kills your libido. And I'm going to try to keep this as PG-13 as possible. Um, Maybe it's different for men. I'm sure their experience is different. I can only speak for myself as a woman, but yes, it does make your desire is not like front and center is really what it is. But if it's brought to my attention, then it's fine, more or less. You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like it's not the first thing on my mind. Like I'm not really thinking about it because I think my body is just trying to heal itself right now, and my mind is trying to get my head right, so it's not as focused on that. So I don't think about it. But again, if it's brought to my attention, it's fine. So I'll just leave it at that. um, and if you have a loving partner that you're with and you discuss this ahead of time, you can let them know like, hey, you might need to initiate more or something. Like that doesn't mean I don't want to or whatever, but if you have a partner that you can talk to, which you should, about this stuff, then they should understand that like it's not the forefront, right? um, as far as my mood goes, um, I feel definitely more energetic to a certain extent. um, I don't care about as much like stuff anymore that I used to. Like it's almost like I still have the same thoughts, but I'm able to kind of swat them away easier and be like, oh, I don't care. And some people say, oh, that some people become like numb, and I can see how that could happen. Like I can already see like how some people might be like, oh, I did, because I've talked to even some of my friends who have been on fluoxetine before, and some of them were like, yeah, I was on it for like 4 or 5 years, but then I had to get off it because I was just completely numb. So maybe it takes time to get to that point. But right now it works for me because I have trouble controlling my emotions, and I think I ruminate like a lot, and all of that. So for me, it's great right now, because I literally can just be like, whatever. I don't even care. Um, I have more motivation to get stuff done, like with my career, and like I have another YouTube channel that like I've just been like, okay, I need to record and do all this stuff. So um, yeah, for me, it's been more activating. It's just the headaches. And again, you have to make sure you stay hydrated because it's really easy to get dehydrated with this stuff. So watch your drinking. If you have a partner, talk to your partner about the libido issue. I have been sleeping. I feel like I have been having more vivid dreams, but I don't remember them always. Um, but I do remember that I've been dreaming a lot lately. Um, and then another thing too that I don't know if it's any correlation at all, but the first day that I took the 20 milligrams, I worked out quite a bit after that. Later on that day, I did like an hour workout, and I wonder if that had anything to do with me having anxiety that night because I got my heart rate all up and everything. So I don't know if there's any correlation with that or not because I haven't worked out since then. I need to work out. Um, but I haven't worked out that hard since. So I'm like, I wonder if I worked out again, if I would still have that same thing. I'm gonna have to test that out and see if that has something to do with it because that night I was just like heart racing and all anxious. So I don't know. Maybe there's a correlation. Let me know in the comments if you guys have had anything happen with like working out and being on fluoxetine and how it affects you. I'm really curious. Um, but yeah, that's really it. I would say I'm going to keep taking it for now. I haven't had any super adverse effects, I would say. Um, I mean, time will tell. But as of right now, it's helping me to kind of stay more positive. Like I can feel a change, especially since I started taking the 20 milligrams. I don't know if I would go higher than this because of the headaches. Like I feel like the more you take, the more I would probably be dehydrated, and I'm already like it's already hard for me to get enough water down as it is. but like it does make you dehydrated, especially if you drink. Because I drank, like I said, a few days ago, and it's like my mouth, and I'm drinking water still constantly, but like my mouth is so dry that like my lips hurt, you know. So definitely be careful. I'm still wearing my nausea patch, so I can't speak to that because I already knew and heard that can make you nauseated. And one night, I think it was the night that I worked out, I had taken a shower and I took this off so I could change it because they only last like 1 to 3 days. And I was like, I think it's been 3 days. Let me change it. And I forgot to put it back on after I got out of the shower and I went to go lay down. And my partner moved in the bed and I literally felt like a wave of nausea come. So I don't know, like, because that was the first day I was taking the 20 milligrams. And then I got up and put this on and I was fine. So I definitely recommend having nausea patches of some sort if you're going to start it, because if you can limit some of your side effects and not be miserable. I mean, we all still have to go to work. We all still have to do things. We have to take care of kids. You know, you can't just be sick in bed, you know, with anxiety and nausea and throwing up and stuff. I mean, you know, to each their own, but I choose to try to prevent stuff as much as I can because I'm on the go and I have to keep moving. So I hope this helps someone. I was scouring YouTube, you know, for videos of people, and I'm still looking for success stories because you hear so many things. There's so many negative comments about like any type of antidepressant. I think any medication can be like negative for some people, but I also think that there's some people who need it, you know, and I don't think that there's any shame if you like need a boost, you know. I mentioned in a previous video, my dad passed away 3 years ago, and I've just had a lot of things in my life that have been hard to swallow. That's what one doctor told me. And so I need to learn how to regulate myself. And sometimes you need a boost to help you do that. You know, doesn't mean you have to stay on it forever. Could it be hard to wean off? It could. I didn't really have that hard of a time weaning off Lexapro. I was only on it for 5 weeks though. My intention is not to stay on this for the rest of my life. I would like to get off of it at some point, but I want to give it the full 8 weeks and 6 to 8 weeks and see how I feel and then decide from there. So, and I'll talk to my doctor about it. But yeah, I hope this helps somebody. Leave comments and let me know what your experience is because I'm really, really interested in knowing what other people are going through as well. So I hope this helps and I will let y'all know how I'm doing here in the next few days. Peace.